Hi everyone, today we are going to explain the poem If by Rudyard Kipling. Well, in this poem, the poet Rudyard Kipling describes the various characteristics or qualities essential to an ideal man. An ideal man must be humble, patient, rational, and truthful. Here in this poem, the poet addresses his son and says, if you have these qualities, then you are the master of the earth. Well, let's move on and explain it line by line. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing their and blaming it on you. The poet says in these lines to his son that if he is able to bear the blames of others and does not lose courage in hard conditions, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you but make allowance for their doubting too. It means if a person believes in his own abilities and people do not believe in his abilities, but he does not tell people to believe him, but continues his struggle and believes himself. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being light about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. In these lines, the poet says if a person shows great patience and in critical situation and does not tire of waiting, and if people spread rumors about him, but still he does not deal in lies, or if people hate him, but he does not hate them in return, and he always avoids to show his wisdom. If you can dream and not make your dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim. In these lines, the poet advises his son and says that you can dream for the better future, but you must not be dominated by dreams. And then says you should think, but thinking should not enslave you. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same. In these lines, the poet says, when you get success or become failed, so be careful because both are deceivers and treat them alike. Here, the poet calls success and failure impostors. Triumph means success and disaster means failure. Simply, it means one should not be too excited or sad in both conditions. If you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by knaves to make a tray for fools, or wash the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build him with worn out tools. In these lines, the poet says that if you have the courage and patience to hear when the deceiver twists your truth into lies and deceive others for their ulterior motives. There are many deceivers who twist our talks and deceive others. Or if you can bear to find broken things, which you devoted your life to, and you have the courage to recover them with ordinary tools. So simply it means that when something is quite near and dear to you, and people come and just break them, and then you start again to recover it. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about it. In these lines, the poet tells his son if he is ready to take all his achievements at risk, forgetting or achieving something bigger than that, but if he takes that risk and he loses all his achievements, like in a game of pitch and toss, but after losing everything, he does not say a word, but to start again from the beginning and try to achieve it again. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve you a turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. The poet says in these lines, if you are able to force your heart, nerve, and muscle to serve you, even there is no power in it, but still you can force them or to utilize them in tough conditions or crises. And then says, when there is nothing except strong determination, which makes someone able to keep his nerve system strong, which encourages him to achieve or to continue his struggle. Here sinew means muscles. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. In these lines, the poet says, if you can remain virtuous when you are among the common people. And then says, if you become able to walk with kings, but do not forget common touch or common people. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much. In these lines, the poet says, you should have such attitude that neither your enemies nor your friends harm you. And then says, if all men remain dependent on you, but you should not allow them to be completely dependent on you. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance runs. In these lines, the poet is talking about the importance of time, because even a single minute does not wait for people, and it is unforgiving. But he says, if you can utilize a minute which consists of 60 seconds, here a worth of distance means you can cover some distance in 1 minute. So then what would happen? Well, just look at the next lines. Yours is the earth and everything that is in it, and which is more, you will be a man, my son. In these last lines, the poet advises his son. If his son has these qualities, so this world belongs to him, and all those things which has this world belongs to him also. Along with it, he will be a successful man on earth.